Good afternoon, class. Sorry, I had a problem with my laptop. Before we proceed, let me check the roll call. Fela Chando, Violet Netaya, Jael Jepto, Leshao Samuel. Thank you. On our last session, we tackled procedure of serving water to a seated guest, and you role played it very well. Our topic of today is food and beverage operations. The learning outcome. By the end of the session, you should be able to define purchasing and receiving, storing and issuing, serving and consuming. You should also be able to identify different types of furniture setups within food and beverage establishments. On our introduction, food and beverage operations involves a lot of activities. It engages the staff and the management. It also involves purchasing raw materials, preparing food and beverage, and analyzing business outcome. So we have various definitions that you should be able to define as a trainee. Number one is purchasing and receiving. Who can give a trial? Purchasing and receiving. Fela? Yes. Good, excellent. Another version, anyone with another version? Leshao? Or any other person? Exactly. Clap for yourselves. Okay, purchasing, it's the process of buying commodity from the market, just as the way you've explained it, and it involves a purchaser, and the market should be there. The second term is storing and issuing. Storing and issuing. Who can give a trial? Jael, what is storing and issuing? Fela, can you try? Yes. Good. That was good explanation. Storing and issuing is the process of keeping the received commodity in respective area. It's also involved updating the stock or books of records. Consuming. What is consuming, class? What is consuming? Any trial? Good trial, Leshao. Consuming actually is maybe eating something. And this part is always played, it's majorly played by the guests. When the guests come in the restaurant and we serve them the meals, that is the way we do the consuming. Objective number 2 Identify different types of furniture setups in the restaurants. Identify different types of furniture setups in the restaurants. Who can identify some of the setups within the restaurants? Any trial from the class? Yes, cafeteria. Another one? Another type? Banquet setup. Another type? Round table setup. Good. That was good attempt. So we have cafeteria or family style setup. It is a casual style dining that is common within the restaurants. They use large tables to accommodate many people. That's why it's called family style setup. Number 2, we have banquet setup. It's a style of arrangement ideal for restaurants that is modern. It utilizes a bench placed against the wall, and it's good for restaurants without big space. So if you have a small space within a restaurant, you can go for banquet setting. You can see the pictures there. That is an example of round table setup. Then we have bar setup. It runs length of built-in bars, but it is not good for large group of people. It's ideal for couples or people with the same interests. You can have a look at it. And that marks the end of the session of today. Before we end our lesson, we have assignments, and the assignment should be collected next week. Explain policies that govern food and beverage operations. Explain policies that govern food and beverage operations. Thank you, and let's meet next week for our next session. See you.